Hi, this is Indraneel and you are watching Business Bytes in our channel The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel. In today's Business Bytes, first news we have, leading VCs are backing startups focused on AI-led software integration developing tools and large-scale adoption platform. Second news we have, B2B packaged seafood company Infifresh Food under Captain Fresh brand set to raise 1,700 crore through IPO. Third news we have, quick commerce platforms started offering heavy discounts across segments to grab the festival season sales. Fourth news we have, rooftop solar installation in India is expected to be doubled by March 2026 with more than 4 million installation. And fifth news we have, bank funding surged by 53% to individuals for buying shares in the initial public offerings. In first news, leading venture capital firms are backing startups focused on AI-led software integration developing tools and large-scale adoption platform. India's early-stage artificial intelligence ecosystem, especially in developer tools and infrastructure segments, is drawing strong venture capital interest as enterprise adoption of AI accelerates and agentic platforms gain momentum, where developers' tools refer to software or platform that help in building AI applications like code editors and debugging tools, while infrastructure includes cloud services and computing resources that support AI workloads. Earlier, an AI agent would forget past interactions, when now they can retain context and build on previous conversations, and this shift will require an entirely new layer of infrastructure, as the coding agents or domain-specific agents are getting funded because investors believe they have a clear path to scale. On that context, leading investors like Excel, Lightspeed, Elevation Capital and Westbridge Capital are backing startups, when Elevation Capital has closed 15 to 20 AI investments in the past 2 years compared with an average of 5 to 6 deals annually earlier. While San Francisco-based Unify Apps, which helps enterprises connect and streamline their software tools, is raising about 20 to 25 million US dollar in a round led by diversified fund Westbridge Capital. Emergent AI and AI-backed platforms for building, testing and deploying applications has raised about 20 million US dollar in a round led by Lightspeed Venture Partners, when Emergent claims to have crossed 10 million US dollar in annual recurring revenue just 2 months after launch. In second news, B2B packaged seafood company Infifresh Foods under Captain Fresh brand is set to raise 1,700 crore through IPO. The business-to-business packaged seafood company Infifresh Food that operates under the Captain Fresh brand is set to raise 1,700 crore, which is about 200 million US dollar, by selling fresh shares in an initial public offering. Captain Fresh, founded in 2020 by Uttam Gaura, and the company is a tech-led supply chain platform for packaged seafood. It operates in a B2B model and sends items across India and international markets including the Middle East, Europe and the US. As per financial status, in financial year 2024, the company reported operating revenue of 1,395 crore, which is up by 71% from 817 crore in the previous year, and their net loss reduced to 229 crore from 294 crore in financial year 2023. The company has received its board approval to issue equity shares worth 1,700 crore for the IPO, according to its filing with the Register of Companies, when a month earlier the board had approved a resolution to change the company's status to a public limited company ahead of the IPO. And with this development, Captain Fresh joins other B2B startups like Zetrec and Infra.Market that are preparing for IPOs. Earlier, the company had raised 250 crore in a pre-IPO funding round led by existing investors Process Ventures, Excel and Tiger Global Management, when the round also saw participation from the family office of Swiggy co-founder Sriharsha Majety, India Equity Partners Chairman Sid Khanna and the late Sanjay Kapoor of Sona Comstar, among others. In third news, quick commerce platforms started offering heavy discounts across segments to grab the festive season sales. In addition to the top three players, Blinkit, Zepto and Swiggy Instamart, newer rivals Flipkart Minutes, BB Now, JioMart and Amazon Now are aggressively promoting products typically in high demand during the festive season, where platforms offering discounts up to 30 percentage points higher than last year across daily essentials, staples and personal care products, when some of these platforms are offering up to 70% discounts on select categories, notably ethnic wear, dry fruits and chocolate gift boxes and lower value consumer electronics. In general, brands are being pushed to increase discounts during the festive season to capitalize heightened consumer demand, but this time the discounts are being pushed by platforms themselves over and above those offered by brands. The platforms are offering discounts despite rising losses. As for the April to June quarter, Swiggy's net loss doubled to 1,197 crore, mainly because of the operating losses in quick commerce. Similarly, Blinkit's parent Eternal saw its profit reduced to 25 crore compared to 251 crore a year earlier as the quick commerce business increased spending. As competitive intensity during the festive season increases, that prompts the quick commerce players to undertake higher spending, particularly on customer acquisition. As festivals drive significant spikes in spending across categories like packaged foods, personal care, gifting and more, where with higher discounts, quick commerce players aim to attract price-sensitive shoppers, which will in turn result in higher order volumes and increased purchase frequency. While Swiggy sent out mailers to Instamart consumers about a 70% price crash on categories like staples and personal care products, and Zepto is also following this trend by running similar discounts. In fourth news, rooftop solar installation in India is expected to be doubled by March 2026 with more than 4 million installation. The Government of India is expecting rooftop solar installation to more than double to 4 million by March 2026, which is going to be supported by the recently introduced utility-led aggregation model under the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. And the target is part of the broader aim to install 10 million rooftop solar units by March 2027, when according to the latest government data, so far around 1.7 million households have installed rooftop solar systems. Utility-led aggregation model allows distribution companies to aggregate demand and install rooftop solar projects on behalf of individual households, which will help streamline approvals, improve vendor accountability and cut costs for consumers. The scheme provides households with up to 300 units of free electricity every month and direct financial subsidies for system installation. And the utility-led aggregation model in the PM Surya Ghar scheme could add 10 lakh installations. Scaling up rooftop solar is critical not only for achieving clean energy targets but also for reducing financial stress among distribution companies and empowering consumers with reliable, low-cost power, when the utility-led model with an outlay of 75,021 crore and the scheme facilitate implementation through power distribution companies and vendors with rationalized subsidies and collateral-free loans till 2026-27. With a target of 8 to 10 gigawatt annual installations, the rooftop solar scheme will contribute immensely to India reaching its overall renewable energy target of 500 gigawatt by 2030, when the growth of the decentralized energy market in India, of which rooftop solar is a crucial component, will be critical to unlocking energy independence and ensuring energy security. And in fifth news, bank funding surged by 53% to individuals for buying shares in the initial public offerings. Banks' funding to individuals for buying shares in initial public offerings surged by 53% last fiscal year as they sought to capitalize on a growing trend of companies tapping the capital market, when State Bank of India tripled its IPO financing portfolio to 446 crore in financial year 2025. HDFC Bank sustained its dominance on this thriving market, ending the year with a 5,029 crore loan book, followed by Bank of India at 1,167 crore. Typically, banks provide up to 10 lakh per borrower at rates ranging between 9 to 10% for a period of 5 to 7 days. Some offers a longer duration of 30 to 90 days. Shares received by individuals from IPOs serve as collateral against the loans. When SEBI's annual report showed 322 companies raised 1.9 lakh crore through IPOs in financial year 2025, which is up from the 68,000 crore raised by 273 companies in the financial year 2024. As per recent report, 16 banks covering 90% of the banking sector extended 7,748 crore loans towards IPO financing in financial year 2025. However, the actual market is likely to be larger, with some banks providing IPO loan facilities through their respective subsidiaries, as several independent non-banking financial companies are also providing similar loan facilities. In a latest annual report released, where the Reserve Bank of India too appeared optimistic about the new public issuances, when resource mobilization through the primary market is expected to regain momentum as secondary market sentiment stabilize, while in the short run, however, markets may experience volatility reflecting global policy uncertainty. So these were the top 5 business news from Business Bytes in our channel The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel. I'd like to request you to please subscribe this channel so that you can have all the updates from our end. Thank you very much for watching Business Bytes and signing it off.